the professional league in Emirates. Did you follow the professional league in Emirates? How did you see this league? What is the most club that it's already you notice or you like to talk about?
Yeah, as you know, this is a league that I'm trying to follow because football is my passion, and fortunately I have some Portuguese coaches there, and not Portuguese players, but we had already before Portuguese players. But unfortunately, it's difficult to follow live games because the games we cannot see here in Portugal. But it's a league that I know that day by day, year by year, they try to be better every day with a lot of potential, and I believe that in the near future can be not like European leagues, but a very good league.
For you, what is the best team that you see, or you know that Pedro Emmanuel now leading Al-Ain club? How did you see Pedro Emmanuel, and what exactly you know about Pedro and about his leading for Al-Ain?
Yeah, speaking with my heart, the best team is Al-Ain because, as you know, Pedro he played in FC Porto with me. We had wonderful years in Porto. So yes, of course, that this is my favorite team because they have a very good frame. Apart of this, they have very good teams like Al Ahly, Al Jazeera, okay, and some other good teams. But to be honest, at this moment, my favorite team is the team of my friend Pedro Emmanuel, of course.
Very difficult situation in terms of the national team qualifying matches to the Club World Cup. The situation is a little bit not quite good till now, and the UAE Federation just signed with Jorge Luis Bento, the Colombian coach, for the former coach for Costa Rica in 2014 in Brazil World Cup. How do you see this formula? UAE players and Colombian coach. How did you see this, and what exactly you expect from the UAE national team?
Well, to be honest, I think the situation is not so bad. It's true that the last two games it was not good games with bad result, but they have now two games, difficult games, because in football there are not easy games. The next two games they can make 6 points. They will stay in the situation. And now with this coach, with Pinto, that it's a coach that, especially in 2014, he made something amazing. I think he can bring something extra to the team, and I think it will be they can win the next two games, that they are very, very, very important to finish in the place that they want.
Is there any chance that you can work in the UAE field, maybe in because you only first team coach, but as example, because they're looking for Olympic national team and they're looking for Portuguese coaches. So for you, your next project will be club or national team, or if you got offer from Olympic team, is it okay for you, or only you like to make a project in clubs?
Let me explain you what I think about football, and what I think about what can be and must be my future. I work in projects. If someone has a good and you can see that I work already in Europe, in France, in Romania, in England, in Tunisia, in Gabon, in India, and I'm a worker. I was a football player. Now I'm a football coach, and what I want is to work in the good project. If I have a good project For me, it's the same to work in my country. Of course, it's much more comfortable for me to stay home. I'm a coach for more than, let me make my around 20 years. And in these 20 years, 15 years, I was abroad. I was outside my country. So what I want is to have a good project. If I have a good project with serious people, I will work. So I cannot tell you that it's better to work in the national team or in the club.
Let's talk about the, Cristiano Ronaldo. Of course, everybody was happy with him in the last World Cup, but now I think he's finished. I think this year or next year maximum he will finish with the national team. Did you think that people just blame him, are not unfair with him to blame him that he cannot do anything with the national team?
No, and sorry, but I don't agree with the things that you are saying. Just let me explain that we are a very small country. We have around 10 million people. So we don't have so many players like, for example, Brazil. If you go in Brazil, we are doing wonderful things in football, in clubs and in the national team. And it was with Ronaldo that for the first time and we won the Europe Cup in France against France. And Ronaldo is doing an amazing job helping his country to achieve very important things for us. So me as a Portuguese, and I think it's 99.9% of all Portuguese people, at the end we'll say, Ronaldo, thanks very much for all the things that you did in our football.